sanctuary of sanity to all of you who hearken here for the balance of this singular, extraordinary morning. Don't waste it. A gentle warning. This is not a safe harbor for stupidity. Such silliness will be roundly, and dare I say, harshly attacked throughout the program. We will not suffer fools gladly, and their foolishness and ignorance, willful or otherwise, will be called out with intent, purpose, and vigor, designed and sadly necessary in today's times to help save our great republic from evil, senselessness, and weakness, which can bring even this amazing and noble experiment called America down. Well, we're here, baby. Ready to go at it again. So, one of the trolls, Jim Beam, pausing production at a distillery for the rest of 2026, thanks to Trump trade wars, and they sent something similar yesterday. Well, you sound so ridiculously stupid. And by the way, if Jim Beam used that as an excuse, the tariffs are making manufacturing here easier and more competitive. It's the exact opposite, dumbbell. God almighty. They just grab any little thing they can, like because they know they're wrong about everything. So let's try to grab something. And I know a factory's never slowed down production or closed in the history of the United States, ever. You are stupid. Sorry. By the way, live stream brought to you by Roach Supply. And by the way, I hope you can handle the truth. You're dumb. You're acting like a fool. Just handle it. Look in the mirror, check yourself. You're spending your time lying, trying to lie to this audience. Why? I don't get it. But Roach Supply, R-O-C-H-E, they are the premier bath and kitchen supplier in Northeast Pennsylvania, celebrating 75 years in business, which means they are great at what they do. They are great to deal with. That's for kitchen and bath. Visit roachsupply.com today, R-O-C-H-E. Yep. So we start today. Trump had that cabinet meeting yesterday, originally scheduled for Camp David, so it was going to be private, I guess. And then whatever happened or whatever intervened, it may have been what they perceived to be progress in the Iranian talks. He decided to hold it publicly. They really are a tour de force, those cabinet meetings. I'm with you. I get a little like, oh, come on, stop. Stop telling the president how great he is in the meetings. But these are good, amazing quality people. And it is very informative. There's democracy, by the way, for all the idiot Democrats. I shouldn't even say Democrats, because that's not fair. For all the idiots going to No Kings rallies and that kind of thing, they can watch this president and see democracy in action. Again, it's always the exact opposite of what they say and what they claim. Hey, also, Thursday giveaway. We've got a family 4-pack of tickets to the Friday game, this Friday's game, the 29th, against the Toronto Marlies, 7:05 p.m. We're not giving them away now. Don't get excited. We will give them away. In any event, I get these texts from some of you, and I really can't read them because they don't make any sense to me. You've got to give me a full and complete thought. If you think I'm not reading some of your text because I'm concerned about what you say. No, I actually like to use your stupidity to make a point, But if it doesn't make any sense, I don't know what to do. So that's the deal. So be clear when you text, and I'll try to fight my way through it. A reminder, our friend Tina Morocco, she is a global sales advisor at Sotheby's International, Naples, Florida. And she can be reached at Sotheby's in Naples, Florida, Sotheby's Realty, or directly, Tina Morocco, on any social media or her own website, Tina Morocco, MURACCO.com. She's your trusted guide to Florida real estate, and she specializes in Southwest Florida. Beautiful spring day, a little chillier than I thought it was, but nice, and I hope you're enjoying it. Somebody think, Bob, how about Trump having 250th hats on in front of cabinet members? These hats are being sold by Trump kids Eric and Don Jr. All right, whatever. He's a huckster. What is your point? Your guy, and you're so stupid. It's all, you can't even make up the stupidity level of these trolls. Joe Biden couldn't even finish a sentence, and they lied and covered it up. It's insane. And you're going to talk to me about Trump being a huckster? We knew he was a huckster. We knew he was a huckster for 50 years we knew he was a huckster? My God. It's really frightening. I'll give you this. These ICE protests in New Jersey, so disturbing. Now, they're all being paid. They're all being paid, first of all, because I truly believe no one is that stupid and that ignorant. Now, let's talk about what we know about the people in that ICE facility. Number one, they're being treated fine. I did 8.5 years in 11 different prisons. I know what that treatment should be and what it is. Number one. Number two, they're here illegally. They do not deserve to be on the streets. That's not to be harsh. That's what is. And your clown let them in out of a combination of naivete and evil and political calculus. What's the naivete? Oh, everybody should be able to live where they want to live. What's the political calculus? Well, everybody's moving from states and cities run by left-wing lunatic Democrats. So we need bodies for the census. Frightening. And they're attacking federal agents. I want them to give them concussions. Every one of those protesters should go home with a concussion. There should be very little mercy. Don't kill them. Make sure they go home at least concussed. At least. Because they're so stupid, maybe that will wake them up. Quite frightening. All right, we'll take a break. Bob Cordaro, WILK. We'll be back. This date, 1955, the Ballad of Davy Crockett, Murph says. It's the most popular song in the U.S. What a simpler time. There were 3 versions of the song, all that were in the top 10 charts. Number 1 hit was Bill Hayes. Number 4 was Tennessee Ernie Ford. And number 6 was Fess Parker. Billboard magazine estimated the total number of the song that was sold topped 18 million copies. That means they went to Joe Nardone's Gallery of Sound and bought it. And that's something. All right, Bulldog. Now, see, I try to get him to play the songs, and then he'll stop them. And then for some reason, he loves the Ballad of Davy Crockett, so he keeps playing it. He got called by Nancy this morning. He called it a bulldog in a china shop. Now, she said, I was listening to the morning news. She said, the bulldog ran in here. Well, let me correct you, Nancy. The bulldog doesn't run anywhere. He may fall forward slightly faster than most people walk, but that's about it. All right. So, Spencer Platt. I know you had to have heard something about him by now. He is the, I was going to say normal, but he's a character of a different type running for Los Angeles, but the only hope for Los Angeles. And everybody keeps saying, especially these Hollywood bozos, he's not qualified. Well, what makes Karen Bass qualified to be mayor? She's been horrible. She was a horrible congressperson. She's beyond incompetent as mayor. So somebody else from a different non-political, non-governmental background is not qualified. And the person who's already proven a failure over 4 years, and I mean a dramatic failure, on the fire response, on homelessness, on crime, on dirty grittiness. I love L.A. I lived there. I really loved it. So she's qualified because she's an awful mayor. No, she just proved she's not. So she's had 4 years to prove she's not qualified for the position. Give this guy that's got straightforward ideas the chance. And as he said, he says, I'm not going to do the accounting. I'm going to hire 10 accountants. We're going to get professionals involved. And he's in on the scam, too, by the way. Not in on it. He knows the scam of the nonprofits, of the church organizations, of the NGOs. He knows their scam. Create a program. The government funds it. You take all the money. And maybe a little bit will trickle to the people you claim the program is for. Unbelievable. Somebody texted in, we had that in the history moment, the White House plumbers, 1972 this date. They break into the Democrat national headquarters. You think about a sort of overzealous, clownish almost program that Richard Nixon did not need. And by the way, by all accounts that I have read, did not know about. He did not know about Watergate, but for whatever pea-brain reason, he made substantial efforts to cover it up. I don't know why. He probably didn't know why till his dying day. Maybe he did. I don't know. There was no reason to do what Nixon did to cover it up. And that's the trite but correct saying, the cover-up is always worse than the crime. Yep. That is true. If he had disclosed, you'd be fine. All right. We'll take a break. Bob Cordaro, WILK. Did somebody... Joe G says it's Did I say Spencer Pratt? Oh, did I say Plattner? I apologize. Spencer Pratt. Thank you, Joe. Spencer Pratt is the Los Angeles candidate, and he's pretty good. He's an effective communicator. And he's right about everything. Could he be the greatest mayor ever in L.A.? Well, no, Dick Reardon, my old boss, was. But could he be a substantial improvement that gives the city hope? Yes. We'll take a break. Bob Cordaro, WILK, 9:32 on the Picardo's watch. We'll be back. Well, Donald Trump, a friend of the veteran, but our man John Basiliga, equally so. And he brings you this veterans tribute through today his company, Basiliga Hospitality Group. 3 great bar restaurants. I'm telling you, you got to check them out. If you haven't, if you have, you'll be going back. If you haven't, do it. The Old Brook Inn, 307 Springbrook Township. The Far Street Tavern on Far Street in the Great Trips Park section of West Scranton, the reimagined neighborhood tradition. And the Queen City Tavern, completely new. You got to check it out. They are great places to hang out. Angelo Sacacci. We lost him at 103 years old on April 26th. He was living at Abington Manor. His wife was 67 years, the late Jean Ambrose. She died in 2015. Angelo was born in Scranton. He was a ball player, a golfer, an avid hunter. a veteran of World War II, serving as a sergeant in the Army Air Corps. He was employed as a baker for Gold Medal Baking Company and Minio's Pies. And later he was employed by Wyoming Sand and Stone and John Lettieri Sheet Metal. He was also a crossing guard for 30 years. Member of the VFW post in DuPont? Surviving his daughter, Phyllis Pivovarnik, 3 grandchildren, 3 great-grandchildren, cousins and other family members. 103-year-old Angelo Sacacci, we bid you adieu. Joseph Bellick from Einan. We lost him at age 88 on April 27th. His family says he's now reunited with his beloved wife, Sylvia Johns Bellick, who he lost in 2022. Born and raised in Einan, a proud graduate of Archbald High School, he went on to serve this country with honor in the United States Marine Corps. He later built a life rooted in hard work and independence, opening Joe's Garage, where he was known as a skilled radiator mechanic and someone you could always count on. Could you say anything better about anyone? Joseph found his greatest happiness in life's simple pleasures. Quiet days spent hunting and fishing, tending to his garden. He took pride in making his own lonza and sauerkraut, traditions that reflected both his heritage and the care he put into everything he did. He spent over 50 years as a volunteer firefighter in Einan, survived by his loving sister and their nieces and their spouses, and many others who will remember him for his steady presence, kind heart, and quiet strength. Joseph Bellick of Einan. Our great veterans this hour, brought to you by our man, John Basiliga, and his great Basiliga Hospitality Group. Oh, that means the weather. Well, we know all about that because of Montage Mountain. They're swinging into summer now. AccuWeather forecast by Montage. Today, breezy and less humid with partial sunshine. A nice day for outdoor activities. High 72. It is 65 degrees at Montage Mountain as I speak. Tonight, mainly clear, low 47. Tomorrow, sun followed by some clouds. It'll be pleasant. High 78. Isn't that great? Low 48. Saturday, windy and cooler with clouds giving way to some sun. High 67. I got 2 outdoor parties on Saturday, and why did the temperature have to go down? I don't know. Sunday, pleasant with intervals of clouds and sunshine, high 75, low 50. Monday, mainly cloudy with a passing shower in the afternoon, high 71, low 46. And that's your weather, brought to you by the great gang at Montage Mountain Resort, where things are happening for the summer. Well, we even have sunshine here, and you know why? Because Tina Morocco's here in town. But she is Global Sales Advisor, Sotheby's International Realty, Naples, Florida, She's your trusted guide to Florida real estate, specializing in Southwest Florida. You could reach her at Sotheby's Realty in Naples or any social media under Tina Morocco or her own website, Tina Morocco, MURACCO.com. Hi, Tina. How are you?
Hey, Bob. I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, I'm enjoying this weather. I'd like it to be a little warmer. I like hot weather, but that's okay.
You and me both.
but I'm telling you, I think you bring the sunshine here. I think you do when you come to Northeast PA. You bring sunshine.
I think so. Yeah. Well,
maybe
that's my job.
Maybe it's your cats.
It could be.
Well, what's on your mind today? What's happening?
So today, I was thinking about a lot of our resort community in Southwest Florida is so vibrant, but I wanted to talk about a concept that we haven't discussed before, and that's condo-tels. It's a hybrid of a condo and a hotel, and we have them all over Southwest Florida. I wouldn't say we have a ton of them, but the ones that we have are pretty iconic. The one I'm thinking of in particular is the Pink Shell Resort. It's right on Fort Myers Beach. It's absolutely stunning. It's restaurants, it's, giant pools, and it's beautiful. It's on the white sand beach of Fort Myers Beach, and beautiful, beautiful rooms. So in a condo-tel, it's like a hotel room, but it's for sale. Each person, people own each individual units, and they have to rent them out. So it's like your ownership of the hotel, kind of. So it's interesting because it's great. I wouldn't say it's a huge moneymaker, but it does make up for your expenses of carrying costs. So if you like to go to the beach and you like to, kind of hang out in one of the resort-style communities, that kind of hotel thing is your vibe, then this could be a good investment for you because over time, they certainly do appreciate. But I wouldn't say, like, annually you're going to make a ton of money. But let me just tell you, it's a great way to have a beach vacation and own, like, an ownership part of that hotel.
You said you have to rent them out. You have to rent them out?
Yes.
Okay.
As part of the condo-tel concept, they have to be used as rental units. So the owners have a specific time. I think in the Pink Shell Beach Resort, I think the owners can use it about a month a year, but the rest of the time it has to be rented out. And whether you use like the on-site property management company or an independent property management company, it's up to you. But it's, of course, easiest to use the on-site one. But it's a great concept.
Interesting way to tip your, put your toe in the water and experience
Definitely.
Florida living. Because you say, well, a month. I'm sure you could stay more than a month if it's not rented. But
so that's up to the rules. I mean, I don't know. But we have the Pink Shell Beach Resort in downtown Naples. We have the Bella Sera Resort, which is right in downtown Naples. It's a beautiful property. It's not beachfront, but it does have resort-style amenities and great, great restaurants.
Neat.
But you can walk everywhere to downtown. There's Lover's Key Beach Resort. That's in between Fort Myers Beach and Bonita Springs. That's on the beach. There's a couple of them that are just really great properties, great locations.
Well, I always finish these things by saying, just call Tina. Because this is something else I had never heard of before. Because it's a full concept. Where they're designed to be used as a hotel room, but you get to own it. That's pretty neat.
Right, exactly. Everything is furnished the same. Like all the units are the same. It's basically like going into a hotel. You can't change the decor. You can't really keep stuff there.
Yeah.
But it's like your own little hotel room.
I like it.
So it's a neat concept, yeah.
I like it a lot. All right. Well, Tina, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We learn all the time with you. I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
that's my job.
Thank you, my dear. All right.
Yeah.
Tina Morocco, she is your trusted Florida real estate guide. and she specializes in Southwest Florida. She's global sales advisor at Sotheby's International, Naples, Florida. You can reach her at Sotheby's Real Estate in Naples, or all of her social media, Tina Morocco, or her own website, tinamorocco.com, MURACCO. We'll take a break and be back. It sounds like a henpeck guy to me. I don't know. Percy Sledge, this date 1966. Murph says he had his only number one hit with When a Man Loves a Woman. Well, he's had one more number one hit than I had. So good for you, Percy Sledge. But it sounds like a henpeck guy. And I'm not too fond of that condition. just not. Anyway, somebody on the Tina Morocco, they said that sounds like a timeshare. Well, no. And then that you don't own it if you can only stay a month. No, you're agreeing going in that they could use it as a hotel room. That's the ownership. You get the appreciation, you get to sell it. And I will guarantee you they're not rented all the time, and you could use them then. It's just a good way to dip your toe in the water down there of ownership. I mean, I don't know about you, but I couldn't stay anywhere for a month anyway. You got to work. You got to do stuff. You got to see your grandchildren, your parents, all that. Anyway. We hear that, and he's got a theme song, an unchosen theme song, but he wants to talk about UFOs, so I figured we would preempt him with a little Twilight Zone, and this is our man Larry from Plymouth. Hi, Larry.
Hey, Doubting Thomas Cordaro.
Yes, well, what am I doubting today?
Well, but Johnny, I told Johnny I wanted to change my tune to Bad Moon Horizon by CCR.
Yeah, but I'm not concerned. I just have a feeling you're going to go off the rails because of the subject
Well, no,
matter.
Bob. What do you think about these UFO videos coming out?
Well, it's very interesting. It's obviously within the realm of possibility, but it's not proven yet.
Well, Bob, what I'm going to tell you here, if they keep coming out with these videos, you and your ilk are going to find out what I've known for years. They're here, and they've been here for thousands of years, Bob.
Well, I'm not ilking with anybody. I'm saying it's certainly within the realm of possibility.
It is. And did you see the pictures of those little aliens 3 feet tall?
No, I didn't actually. No.
They had them in a box, and they were 3 feet tall. Now there are them, Bob. You got the little 3 feet guys. You got the grays, which are 4 feet tall. Then you got the Nordics, which are the good ones. They're like blonde hair, blue eyed. And then Bob, you got other ones. They're 7 feet tall, and they look like a praying mantis.
Okay. And what? And what? These bodies are supposedly recovered from crashes or something like that?
They had them in a box. They're dead, and they had them. And they said the government really is investigating them for years. And see, Bob, the CIA, the FBI, and the Vatican, Bob, does not want this information coming out because it will prove that there is so much stuff in the Bible that is not true. You know the story of Ezekiel?
Which one?
Ezekiel, where he was supposed to have gone up into the sky in a chariot.
Oh, okay, yes.
He didn't go in a chariot, Bob. They took him up in a UFO.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's my thing on that. But, Bob,
I'm willing to suspend disbelief on all these things, but you can't tell me it's proven.
But Bob,
it's like the election was stolen in 2020, guaranteed.
Bob, did you ever see the movie The Day the Earth Stood Still?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember at the end of the movie, it was Michael Rennie, he was the alien, and he was leaving the Earth, and he said, I'm leaving now, but I'm going to tell you people something. There was a whole gathering of people, and he said, as long as you kept your silly pettiness here on Earth with your wars, we didn't care. But once you got into nuclear energy and start coming out there, you're endangering us, and we will turn the Earth into a burned-out cinder. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to switch over to one thing. Johnny Lucas likes Davy Crockett, right?
Apparently so.
Well, Bob, I remember watching that show on Walt Disney.
Do you remember the song, Larry? You're older than me, but it was 1955. You'd be a little child too, right?
I was 7 years old.
Okay.
And Bob, I had all the stuff. I had the Davy Crockett's coonskin cap.
Yeah.
I had the BB gun. And Bob, you have like baseball cards and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They had Davy Crockett cards, and I still have the whole set.
Oh, great.
And then after that 3 shows did good. So then they had another couple shows, Davy Crockett and Mike Fink, King of the River.
Which one was Mike Connors in? The
Mike
future
Connors,
rifleman? The future
I think
rifleman.
he was Mannix.
No. He was the future. Who was the rifleman?
Chuck Connors.
Chuck Connors, okay. And he
Chuck
played David
Connors
Crockett,
played,
right?
Professional basketball and baseball.
Yes.
And, the rifleman, Chuck Connors. But
he played Davy Crockett. Am I right on this?
What's that?
He played Davy Crockett, didn't he, in the show?
No. Fess Parker played Davy Crockett.
Oh, okay.
Remember Fess Parker? And
sure.
You know who his buddy was? Georgie? Buddy Epson.
How about that?
From the Beverly Hillbillies. You go back and watch.
By the way, I
movies.
listened to it. I don't know why, but I listened, Larry, to. Well, we've got to go because it's 10 o'clock on my Ricardo's watch. But I listened to you and I, a conversation we had.
Yeah.
And neither one of us could remember a song or a movie. It was a movie. It was our Guns of Navarone conversation. I said,
right, yeah. But
I said, we sound like
Force 10 from Navarone.
No, and I said, we sound like 2 Alzheimer victims. I said, this is not great radio, but Larry,
Bob, one thing everybody prides me on is my memory.
Well,
I just failed it that day. No,
Yeah.
and the guy I couldn't remember, Nicolas Cage. I said I like different people. I like him too.
Okay. Well, Larry, thank you, my friend. We appreciate it. You didn't really go off the rails.
No, Bob.
So that's
in
a
the
good
last
thing.
week and a half, I thought I was cashing it in.
I'll tell you what, though, Larry, this hearing aid thing, you're just much more pleasant. I think I think I want the irascible Larry back.
Oh well, he's still here as long as I make it. But you remember what Thomas Jefferson said? My only fear is that I may live too long.
Well, stick around for a little bit, Larry. Thank you. 10:01 and change, my Picardo watch says. Let's take this break and we'll be back. It's the Bob Cordaro Show. Great. Good morning, everyone. It's 10:08 a.m. and change on my Cordaro Jewelers watch this beautiful Thursday, May 28, year of our Lord 2026 here in the great Northeast. This is the Bob Cordaro Show. I am he, and it's a big day to fight for America, defend our values, and honor, with the help of our man John Basiliga and his great Basiliga Hospitality Group, the brave who have made us and kept us free. People like veterans we've lost this year, but celebrate today thanks to John. Men like Joseph Bellick, Einan, Angelo Sacacci, 103 years old. He passed on April 26th. Eugene Connor, Carbondale, and Newton Lake. Joseph the Champ Salcy, Pittston. Dr. Richard Alley, Bear Creek Township. And Edward Dalbo, Laughlin. So with history, our amazing founding fathers, and the incomparable Constitution of the United States of America as our guides, let us continue today's battle, gaveling back to order after that brief news adjournment. This meeting, today's meeting of the Club for Common Sense, promising that our deep and unalterable commitment to common sense will provide a sanctuary of sanity to all of you who hearken here. Let's start off with St. Teresa, Mother Teresa. She says, resist anything that leads to moodiness. Our prayer each day should be, let the joy of the Lord be my strength. Cheerfulness and joy were Mary's strength. This made her a willing handmaid of God. Only joy could have given her the strength to go in haste over the hills of Judea to her cousin Elizabeth, there to do the work of a handmaid. If we are to be true handmaids of the Lord, then we too, each day, must go cheerfully in haste over the hills of difficulty. St. Teresa for today, as always. Thank you, Mary Regina. Somebody texted in. I had it marked down to get into it. Jill Biden wrote a book. Like, can't these people stop? Like, can the Clintons and now the Bidens stop? You are not in Hunter. Stop. We are not interested in you. You sucked. You destroyed the country to the best of your ability. You lie every time you speak. My God. But anyway, somebody texted in, Bob LTS, Jill Biden being interviewed on her new book, said who publishes these books? What idiots publish these books? As though she has something to say. Anyway, she thought her husband and President Joe Biden in the first debate, when he went in and out of a vegetative state, thought he was having a stroke. And had never seen him like that before. That's her statement. Never saw him like that before and haven't seen him like that again since. You see why we want the Biden banner down? Not only for the disgrace that he brought Northeast Pennsylvania, but it's going to be a continuing, sickening disgrace. Oh, and by the way, the small detail, he didn't serve in the military. My God. Somebody said Jill's trying to raise money for Joe's library so it's not a bookmobile on cinder blocks. We've got an old bookmobile in Lackawanna County. I mean, that's about what it should be. And put it under the Biden banner on North Washington Avenue. We'll see how they like that. Unbelievable. Like, just go away. You sucked and you lied while you were in charge. Your husband and your family were the most corrupt ever. Unreal. Someone on an unrelated subject, but actually sadly related. Bob LTS. How do you spell suicide for America in 2028? James Tallarico, Paige Cognetti, Democrat ticket for 2028. Absolutely awful people. It's unreal. Absolutely unreal. And they just keep doing it, and they keep going to these protests based on lies, and they run their campaigns based on lies. And they think if they repeat the lies often enough about why they ran, Paige Cognetti ran because of the big, beautiful bill. My God. That's why you're hiring staff a year before for the congressional race. You hired Wendy Insano the year before. My God almighty. Yeah, the Wendy who makes fun of cancer victims. This is crazy. Bob LTS, so Jill thought he was having a stroke, but afterward, after the debate, says what a good boy he was and what a great job he did instead of seeking medical attention. You're right, Slick. It's insane. Kilmeade said it right in commenting on this. If you thought he was having a stroke, you should have run on stage. You claim to be a doctor. Run on stage and save your man. Don't bring him to, he had to go to like a public event where she said, Joe, you answered every question. Like he was 4, which was about his mental age. Like, this is insane. These people are insane and they won't go away. And it's because, by the way, of you, the Dummycrats who blindly support this, that they don't have to go away. Can't you give us a break? And here's a point I've been making. Ask all the Democrats. By the way, let's not. I don't like to use Democrats automatically in a derogatory sense, because it's really only maybe the top 20 to 25% of the party that is disgracing the country and themselves. It's a small group of people, relatively. But the listener says, ask the Democrats, Your Honor, how many times Biden has come back to Northeast Pennsylvania to visit his hometown. What a bunch of idiots. And you're right, they are. Think of the Green Ridge Neighborhood Association. What idiots. He used them when they needed to be used for his benefit, when he needed to use the city of Scranton as his brand. Oh, yeah, then he happily used our area and them. He's not coming back unless they pay him. He's not coming back. He ain't coming back. Believe me. And by the way, he comes back. He couldn't draw flies when he came. Do you remember when he spoke at the Masonic Temple? I think it was a Masonic Temple. They had to do it in a side room, and they had to block off half of the room because nobody came. Somebody texted, Bob, what if someone like Jason left Jill Biden's new book in the office bathroom at work? Would you be a little curious and read a few pages or just flush it? LTS. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Anyway, let's go to Gary from Mill City. Hi, Gary. How are you?
Good, Bob. How are you? Thanks for taking my call. You know, we talk about this government corruption all the time. We talk about the Bidens, the Obamas, the Clintons, my opinion, the Bushes, the intelligence, the CIA, the FBI directors under both parties, and they're all crooks. The information is there, and nobody gets punished.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Senate leader. Now think about this. 85% of this country wants the SAFE Act passed. Blacks, whites, Hispanics, gay people, straight people, people with purple hair, and one man in the Senate is holding that up. 85% of this country wants a law passed, and one man, John Thune, is holding it up. There's something wrong.
Well, no, Gary, it goes beyond that. That's the sad part. You've got the usual suspects, Susan Collins. You've got the senator from Alaska. You've got Mitch McConnell. I don't know that he's holding it up. It's possible, meaning getting rid of the filibuster and then just passing things like that act. But he doesn't have the votes. That's the problem. It is much more than Thune.
I understand that. Bring it up for a vote and let's see how the people vote. Get it out of committee and let's see how all these supposed...
I can't disagree with that. Yeah.
Supposed Republicans that represent the people vote. And when you talk, 51 security experts said the Hunter Biden laptop was Russia when they knew it wasn't, and not one of them were held responsible, and some of them still have their security clearance. How?
I know.
When you're out of power, why do you need a security clearance? So you can run to CNN, ABC, and tell your lies and people take you serious?
Well, the worst offenders did get their security clearance taken away. That's good. But you're right. Anybody who still has one.
One of them are bad.
Yeah.
People have to wake up. And when you say only 25% of Democrats, all the Democrats are, the large majority of Democrats are voting for these nutcases that are destroying this country.
Yep.
So when you talk about the Democratic Party, you are being too kind. People are voting these idiots into office that are destroying this country.
All right. I cannot disagree with you. Can't disagree at all. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you for your time. Yep.
Appreciate it, my man. You should say like Trump, Gary, did I lose you?
Yep.
I want you to finish anymore. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Thank you. You have a great day.
All right, man. Hey, always on point. We'll take a break. Bob Cordaro, WILK. We'll be back. The New York Post. Jill Biden thought husband had a stroke on debate stage, but she didn't make him step down. They called it Brain of Terror. The greatest newspaper in the country, the New York Post. We'll be back. The Mindbenders. They moved up to number 2 with their hit Groovy Kind of Love. Murph says, this date, 1966. So concerned listener texts me. And here's what he says. Now, this is disgraceful. He says, good morning. As I think you know, I try to listen to your show daily, LTS. Okay, LTS back at you, concerned listener. Last week, I thought I would give the YouTube version of your show a shot. Dear God, I believe you're eating peanut butter and honey from a jar. Yes, the mulberry bush honey in a jar of peanut butter. He says, I'm only one man. I couldn't handle that look. Today, I tried again. Now you're doing half-ass push-ups on your desk. For God's sake, get down on the floor and do it right. I can't take anymore. Well, no, I do it off the desk. It's less strain on the shoulders, number one. But number two, it's just as good for you. And I don't know, this floor in the studio could be a hazmat site. I used to bring in gloves and do the push-ups on the floor. And then I said, no, can't do it. And the concerned listener concludes, he goes, I love the Roach family, but I'm just going to stick to listening to the show. Well, I didn't know anyone was getting distressed by my activities on the live stream, brought to you by our friends at Roach Supply. What is Roach Supply? Well, they're the premier bath and kitchen supplier in Northeast Pennsylvania. 75 years in business, being run by 3 generations simultaneously, headed by nonagenarian and veteran Ron Roach, my old next-door neighbor. Love those guys. And they're the best at what they do. You couldn't stick around 75 years if you weren't great and honest and all of that. But Kenny, this concerned citizen says again, my mother does those push-ups. No. I was taught these push-ups in prison by a prisoner who I believe was a murderer, by the way. So I'll give him some credit for being a man. A bunch of you texting in, including Bob B., emailing that the Jill Biden books are just being bought by people seeking favor. But here's the thing. Who's the idiot buying? Maybe it's a thank you for getting taken care of while they're in. But, I mean, Jill Biden, you couldn't be any more over unless you were Joe Biden or Hunter Biden. My God. Anyway, concerned citizen, you keep watching the live stream. And you be amused. I'm getting to the point, though, seriously, with these push-ups, I almost want to quit because it's I'm up to 75 now. And it's like, well, is this ever going to end, you know? I'm getting there. Bob, I got a LTS, got another flyer from Philly in the mail with Nurse Jen from Dalton that Rob Bresnahan cut Medicaid and her hospital might close. This is so important. Always remember that they say the exact opposite of that which is true. They accuse you of what they're doing. Paige Cognetti and the entire Democrat Party opposed the $50 billion inserted in the big mediocre bill for rural hospitals, which, by the way, is all of our hospitals in Northeast Pennsylvania. All of them. They opposed it. So they're saying the exact opposite of that which is true in this mailer. Where are we here? I want to finish that. My God, who's paying for all this garbage? My recycling bins are full. Keep sending them, wasting your money. Now we are starting charcoal grills with them. And they're great for bird cages. Fold them to stir paint. Saving money, the flyers have a variety of good uses. Just polish my shoes. They're drying on 2 past flyers. Thank you so much. Yeah, they've got more money than brains. But see, they make money off government stealing your money. They make money off destroying this country. That's the billionaire class that supports the Democrat Party and the left. That pays the protesters. And then there's all the NGOs and nonprofits who make a fortune. I'm putting in air quotes, so if concerned listener is watching, they administer government programs. No, they take all the money. And they pay each other six figures. And then they hire lawyers and consultants and all that. Yeah. So, no, they're making a lot of money off us. Believe me. That's the disgrace of today's government. All right. Bob Cordaro, WILK. We'll take a break. We're going to come back. We've got the Veterans Tribute. We've got the weather. And then we've got Joan from the Scranton ACA Car Club. They've got something coming up. We'll do all of that after this. Our Veterans Tribute, as always, brought to you by our man John Basiliga. Patriot, great friend of the veterans. We talked about the Far Street Tavern, the Queen City Tavern, and the Old Brook Inn last hour. How about fine dining, the best in Northeast Pennsylvania? Atmosphere, food, service, bar, the whole package. The great Atera 519 Linden Street, downtown Scranton. Your jaw will drop when you walk in for the first time. The modern take on fine dining. And then you go for an old world take, the Stegmeyer Mansion, the Mary Stegmeyer Mansion. Event space and fine dining like you've never had before in this region. Awesome. South Franklin Street. And just a block or two away, thinking about a staycation or somebody coming to town, you got the Fred Stegmeyer Mansion, the most beautiful and the best bed and breakfast in the country, literally. Eugene Connor. He was 91 when we lost him May 6th. He was a resident of both Carbondale and Newton Lake. His wife of 69 years, the former Joan Yanchek, he lost her in 2023. Born in Carbondale, member of St. Rose Church in that city, a graduate of St. Rose High School in Carbondale. He attended the University of Scranton. A proud veteran of the legendary Pennsylvania National Guard 109th Infantry, where he retired as a major. He worked for many years for NCR, the global software consulting and technology company. Avid golfer, former president of Elkview Country Club. His family says he lived life on his own terms with a strong will and spirit that was entirely his own. Whether you agreed with him or not, you always knew exactly where he stood. Survived by his son, his daughter, 6 grandchildren, nieces, nephews, and other family members. Eugene Connor. Joseph the Champ Salsey, and I knew Joe. He was from Pittston. We lost him May 15th. Born in 1936 in San Severo, Italy. At the age of 13, Joe proudly became a U.S. citizen. He graduated from the former Ashley High School and joined the U.S. Army at age 18. His amateur boxing career started at 15, trained by Joe Rodano and Buddy Rush. He continued his passion for boxing with the U.S. Army boxing team. In 1957, he won the Golden Gloves in states of Georgia, South Carolina, and Florida. He went to the National Golden Gloves representing Florida. 75 bouts worldwide, winning 72 and losing only 3. After being discharged from the Army in 1958, he continued boxing professionally throughout the United States and Europe. He earned 45 wins and 5 losses. In this time frame, he had the honor to fight the number 7 contender in the world, with Rocky Marciano refereeing the bout. After boxing 5 years as an amateur and 10 years professionally, Joe began a refereeing career, which is where I ran across him. It lasted almost 25 years. He had the opportunity to referee for Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, and other champions. Inducted into the Luzerne County Hall of Fame in 2009. He was a union construction laborer and a concrete mason and bartender. Additionally, he was a courier for Horgan, Kluger, and Quinn. In 1955, history of construction is blood. He and his son Salvatore formed a construction company, Salsey Enterprises, where he worked until age 83. Survived by his loving wife of 62 years, Conchetta, his daughter, his son, 3 grandchildren, and other family members. Joseph the Champ Salsey. Our great veterans this hour, brought to you, as always, by John Basiliga and the Basiliga Hospitality Group. Oh, the AccuWeather forecast brought to you by the Greg Gang up at Montage Mountain. Today, breezy, less humid, partial sunshine, nice day for outdoor activities, high of 72. Tonight, mainly clear, low 47. Tomorrow, sun followed by some clouds. It'll be pleasant and a beautiful Friday, 78 degrees, low of 48. Saturday, windy and cooler, clouds giving way to some sun, high 67, low 43. Sunday, pleasant with intervals of clouds and sunshine, 75 degrees, low 50. Monday, mainly cloudy with a passing shower in the afternoon, 71 degrees, low 46. It is 69 degrees right now on Montage Mountain, and that's your weather, brought to you by the whole gang at Montage. The Association. Murph tells us this date, 1967, they appeared on the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, and the Bulldog found it, performing their hit Windy. Is that a metaphorical person, or is it a person? I never could figure that out. They refer to, as it seems like they're talking about a woman, but I think it's metaphor. I think it's metaphor. We'll see. Maybe one of you guys will know. I guarantee you one of you guys will know this. Hey, every year, the Scranton Region ACA Car Club has an event, and our friend Joan is on the blower to tell us all about it. Joan, how are you? I can't believe a year has passed. I can't believe a year has passed.
I know. Neil is along with me, Bob. How are you?
Hi, Neil. How are you, Neil?
Hi. Good, thanks. How are you?
Great. All right, well, fire away. What do we got, guys? Tell us about this event.
Okay, we're the Scranton Region AACA, which is the Antique Automobile Club of America, and our mission is the enjoyment and preservation of vintage and classic cars. We have our 55th annual car show, not this Sunday, but a week from Sunday, June 7th, at Allied Services Campus in Clark Summit. That's top of the Morgan Highway. It'll be well posted. You make a right turn by Pullman Farms, and you can't miss the signs. There'll be several signs on the way up.
Yeah, neat.
The gates open at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the admission price for show cars is $15, but that money goes to a few different charities. Some goes to Allied Services, some goes to Pennsylvania Wounded Warriors, which uses 90-some% of the money to give to the veterans, and it also goes to local families with medical needs. And we welcome vehicles of all types, even though we might be thought of as the vintage and older car club. Classic cars are actually anything 20 years and older, so we welcome all the newer classic cars as well as the older and vintage cars. So believe it or not, something from 2006 is considered a classic car.
And think about it, Neil. If you love your car, get it cleaned up and take it up there. Pay your $15 and have a great day.
Exactly. And if you don't want to clean it up, there's a show somewhere called the Lemon Club, and all sorts of cars you've had problems with, but you have to drive to our show. So
nice.
But anything on wheels, we welcome.
That's
anything
neat.
that runs, anything that you have a passion for, please bring it. And you will see some cars you don't see on the road anymore. You'll see DeSotos, Model A's, Packards, LaSalle's, Studebakers, and the more common cars, Corvettes, and some Chevy muscle cars. But street rods, everything is welcome. As long as you have a passion, please bring it.
And it's a beautiful setting for your car show up at Allied, isn't it?
It is. You can see the mountains, and it's a good view. And we have something for the whole family. It's not just a car show. We have a flea market with automotive-related items and a lot of craft items as well. Mm-hmm. And we have food vendors, the usual summer-type food, hamburgers, hot dogs, ice cream. And Joan can mention a little bit about the vendors and the crafts.
Okay, so we're going to have about 25 vendors with diversified products. This is going to be a good family day.
Yeah.
Balloons and face painting for the kids and the adults too. The spectators do not pay any admission charge. We have raffle baskets, awesome raffle baskets. We have great music, food, so it's a lot of...
it's a full day. It really is. Yeah. So, because I'm going to have you call in again whenever you'd like before the event, but it's June 7th?
Yep. And the gates open June 7th at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the show goes till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Neat.
And there's door prizes, basket raffles, 50-50. Like Joan said, there's a DJ with, period music. And we also have lots of trophies. There's over 60 trophies that we hand out. The judges go around, and it's not a point system, but cars that they can tell somebody had a passion for and dedicated time in preserving it or changing and upgrading. 60 trophies. There's also early Ford Award trophies, Chrysler Award, longest distance driven, and the Hard Luck Award for somebody who broke down on the way.
Something for everybody at the Scranton Region ACA car show. June 7th, starting at 8 a.m., running till about 3. Make sure you call in again so we remind the listeners, okay?
Okay, we'll call in sometimes next week. And Bob, we want to thank you for having us on, and we want to say a big thank you to all of our supporters and who have donated and helped us with this event.
Well, next time you'll have to mention them. We don't have time now, but next time you'll have to mention some of your sponsors.
Oh, there's a lot of them. Too many to mention.
Okay.
We'll call you next week.
All right. Thank you both. Joan and Neil, Scranton Region ACA Car Club, their event on June 7th at the Allied Services on Morgan Highway. We've got to go to the Bloomberg Money Minute because my Picardo Jewelers watch tells me the sweep hand's running up to 1050. And we got to do this exactly. We'll hit the mark and be back after that. Murph tells us this date, 1969. Jackie DeShannon with that great song. It was released as a single. Put a Little Love in Your Heart. Bob Cordaro back with you on the Eponymous program. Hey, next hour, we're going to give away that 4-pack of tickets. Probably right after the news. Our own Pens in the playoffs against the Toronto Marlies. 7:05 Friday, May 29th, tomorrow night. So be prepared. Well, I was going to say, you don't even have to prepare your fingers. All you have to do is do the auto dial, right? Most of you, in any event. All right, let's go to the blower. We got Judy Zabel regarding the Eagle Forum meeting. Hi, Judy.
Hi, Bob. How are you?
Very good, dear. Good to have you back on again.
I am loving your show today.
Thank you. Well, I love being with you guys every day. Believe me, I do.
Yep, it's fun. Our meeting is going to be June 6th at the Rescue and Restore Church in Oliphant at 2 p.m. I am going to be speaking about pornography in our libraries and our school libraries. We have found several books that qualify according to Webster's definition of pornography, and I want to expose it. This is our tax dollars spending money on books like this that probably 90% of us do not want our kids reading.
Well, you'd hope 100%, but you're right.
Yeah.
No accounting for taste.
It just has been an eye-opener for me.
Yeah.
When my kids
and
were
they
in
say
school,
it's not happening, Judy Zabel.
I know.
That's not. It's censorship. No,
Yeah.
It's reasonable restrictions for literature that children are reading and have access to.
Exactly. And I got access to a website that checks out the school libraries. That website is. Wait a minute, I'll tell you. I'm driving, so.
Don't you worry, it's not a race. I don't want you getting hurt out there.
No, I won't. It is takebacktheclassroom.com.
Take Back the Classroom. Okay.
And you can go on there. This person she's out of California, and she has gotten every state access to every school library, or most of them. I went on Pennsylvania. She has them broken down by state. And I went on Pennsylvania, and Lackawanna County has, I think, 12 school districts, and I've gotten access to 10 of them. Scranton is missing, and Old Forge is missing. But the others there are 496 or 86 books that would be considered pornography if we were to try to sell them on the street. And we'd be arrested.
And they're in the school libraries. All right, so Jack Munley's hosting this thing on June 6th. What time?
At 2 p.m.
What's it called? The Restore Church?
Restore and Rescue. Rescue
and Restore Church in Oliphant. Well,
it's 123 Willow Avenue.
You call in and talk to us about this again next week, and we'll make sure we talk about it, okay?
Okay. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, June. Appreciate it very much. Judy?
Bye-bye.
All right. It's 11 o'clock. I'm at Ricardo Jewelers Watch. That means it's time for the news. Let's do that. We'll come back. We got lots to do, but we've got some tickets to give away. We got a Biden banner update and more, as they always say, but we deliver. We'll be back. It's the Bob Cordaro Show. Great good morning, everyone. 11:08 a.m. I'm at Picardo Jewelers Watch this beautiful Thursday, May 28th, year of our Lord 20 and 26 here in the great Northeast. This is the Bob Cordaro Show. I am he, and it's a big day to fight for America, defend our values, and honor with the help of our man John Basiliga and his great Basiliga Hospitality Group, the brave who have made us and kept us free. People like the veterans we salute today, we lost them this year, but thanks to John, they're remembered on this program. Like Joseph the Champ Salcy, Pittston, Eugene Connor, Carbondale, and Newton Lake, Joseph Bellick, Einan, Angelo Sacacci, Scranton, Dr. Richard Alley, Bear Creek Township, and Edward Dalbo, Laughlin. So with history, our amazing founding fathers, and the incomparable Constitution of the United States of America as our guides, let us continue today's battle, gaveling back to order this meeting, today's meeting of the Club for Common Sense, promising that our deep and unalterable commitment to common sense will provide a sanctuary of sanity to all who hearken here. Somebody texts in, Bob LTS, that's why the Democrats must be defeated. Adult sexual material in kids' libraries, transgender ideology, and operations on innocent children. The Democrats will never quit unless federal and state laws are passed to stop them. The Democrat Party is pure evil. Their leadership is. And it's mental illness. It's delusion on a phenomenal scale. It's frightening. I mean, they're protesting and dying for pedophiles who shouldn't be in the country in the first place. I don't know. Somebody texts in, this is a separate issue, but it says, you guys promote the heck out of the Odyssey app. And when you pick a low number to call and win, the app never really stand a chance because of the delay. I never thought about that. The radio people hear that information first before the app people even have a chance. All right. When we give away these tickets, which I guess we'll do it now. Why not? Let's do it now because we've got an interview. Bulldog, you have the music for our man Robert Neary, right? You got it? Get it ready. Because we're going to talk to Robert Neary. He's appearing Sunday, 3 o'clock at the Kirby Center. He is the premier Neil Diamond show touring the country. And we get to have him here because Joe Nardone brought him here. You got to go. And we cannot have, there's a lot of tribute shows. And those tribute shows go to and are about artists who are still performing. You cannot hear Neil Diamond anymore. So, all right. So I'm going to go with the 10th caller, Bulldog. The 10th caller, hopefully that's enough for the Odyssey app. The 10th caller will win the family 4-pack of tickets for Friday, tomorrow, the 29th. The playoff game, the Pens against the Toronto Marlies, 7:05 p.m. at Casey Plaza. Okay? And tell me if that's not enough if you're listening on the app. Please tell me, and I'll adjust next time. But we'll go 10th caller here. But are you ready, Bulldog? Robert Neary. He's going to be here Sunday, 3 o'clock, brought in by Joe Nardone at the Kirby Center. Great for a Sunday fun day. Have a Sunday fun day focused around this show. Here he is. Robert, welcome back to the Bob Cordaro Show.
Hey, Robert, thank you so much.
Hey, I'm excited. People are getting excited about this. They realize this is all we've got. Like, I hope you realize the burden on your shoulders with Neil Diamond unable to perform.
That's why I took it on. I took it on.
You are it, Robert.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
What did you ever get to meet Neil Diamond?
It's a funny story. I did, because when people say, "Did you met him?" just like you asked, and my first reaction is, "Yes, I did. I parked his car." I was doing some music in Nashville in the mid '90s. He was out there doing his Tennessee Moon album in '95, and I was running a valet service. And right after, we're getting late, and I'm packing up, and the car pulls up, and there he is, Neil Diamond. And I talked with him, and it was incredible. It was great. It was a great little meeting. But they know my show.
Is he a tall guy? I don't even know. Like he looks tall.
He's about my height. He's about my height, about 6'1".
Okay, yeah. So he is tall. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and but they know my show. They know my show. I'm hoping they get to see it soon live.
Robert Neary, what was he driving? What was Neil Diamond driving that day?
You know what? To tell you the truth, he was in the passenger seat. His manager was with him. So it was a brown car. I just remember, like a tan. It was a tan car. I remember it being a tan car, sedan, 4-door sedan, tan. And he was in the passenger seat, and then I opened up the passenger seat.
And you had a job to do, so there you go.
Oh, yeah.
So Robert Neary, he's going to be with us Sunday at the Kirby Center, 3 o'clock, Joe Nardone show. And he's the best Neil Diamond tribute group in the country. Now, you mentioned last time we were on, I've seen in your biography that you acted. What was there anything that we might know about? Because you were a professional actor for years.
Everything. I talk. Excuse me. Right before the second act, and we'll come out, and right before we start the second act, I'll do a little talking about myself and the show, and I remind people that if I look familiar, you've definitely seen me if you've turned your TV on in the last 40 years, because I've done over 60 major television guest starring roles, mostly as bad guys. Yeah, and so I'll remind them of season 10 of The Blacklist. I was the Blacklister. I was a major.
I'm a Blacklist fan. Oh wow.
10. I was the postman. I was the Blacklister 10 on the episode 10, season 10 of The Blacklist.
How about that? So
Criminal Minds. I was a major on sub in season 11, 1 through 7. I was Giuseppe Montolo. And, it's a huge list. NCIS, Los Angeles, Sons of Anarchy, Grey's Anatomy,
Sons of Anarchy. What were you in on that?
So the guys had to come to, the guys were in Ireland, season 3, episode 5. And I was hired. I was an Irish lieutenant who was asked to send the guys back to the United States. I had to veer them back to the United States. And, I roadblocked them off, and we had this big interaction, and then they wound up beating the crap out of me.
You've run across all kinds of people, and those are some shows like I'm a regular with Sons, and, I watched Sons.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I tell people, I said, I guarantee you've seen me, 100%.
Did you do any commercial work?
Oh, tons. At any given time, I had at least 2 or 3 national commercials working.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, like I said, all of a sudden it just died out, and so I had to do something for myself, and that's why I put this show together.
Yeah, COVID threw everything into a tailspin.
Yeah, it was a little bit before then. It was just kind of dying out, and but COVID absolutely. But for me, putting this show together during COVID really helped, because we all had time to just practice and make it work.
Yeah. How neat is that? So, I mean, you've had a varied career. What are any favorite moments from your acting career? There's got to be so many things that stand out, but
Yeah.
I'll ask the typical silly question. Any favorites? Anything very memorable for you?
On the sets, I had many great, working with a lot of actors and everything. But I tell this story quite often. One of my actual favorite moments in my career was my wife was dancing on the Oscars in 1999 with Robin Williams, and I got to spend the day with Robin Williams in the rehearsal room.
Yeah.
With all the dancers, and it was the single most amazing moment of my career, watching the great Robin Williams just be Robin Williams.
Yeah. Was he that way?
Yeah.
Off camera, was he that way? That was him.
He was the consummate professional. He listened, he did everything right. But when he was given time just to be fun, it was nonstop. It was nonstop, and it was just again the most amazing time of my career just to be there in the room with him.
I'm talking with Robert Neary. He is performing Sunday here at the Kirby Center, 3:00, with his version of Neil Diamond, and they are the #1 Neil Diamond tribute group in the country. I'll tell you what. I mean, it's worth going to see you just to have you tell some of these stories.
I don't get too much into myself, but I do tell a lot of stories actually about Neil Diamond too. And stories behind the songs. Yeah, and it's a great time. I'm my second half of life right now is pretty good.
How neat! That is great stuff. Well, Robert Neary, thank you very much for coming on again to remind people of this show Sunday at 3:00 at Kirby, and we wish you well. Let's do the usual. Break a leg.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Robert.
All right. Robert Neary, he'll be here Sunday at the Kirby, 3:00. Don't miss it, because you can't see Neil Diamond. You can see Robert Neary.
Yes, you can.
Thank you, man.
All right, buddy.
We'll take a break. We'll be back. It's the Bob Cordaro Show. Murph tells us, this date 1970, Alive and Kicking released their hit Tighter, Tighter on Roulette Records. Michael from Wyoming has won the family 4-pack of tickets to the game tomorrow night against the Toronto Marlies, our Pens, in the playoffs. Boy, they're good. They're good this year, and it's fun. Hey, very quickly, by the way, Murph reminds me he has done Neil Diamond. Now, I don't think he did it like Robert Neary, but Murph's a pretty good performer. Something that I wanted to mention, the borough of Duryea, they're celebrating their 125th anniversary. Now, that starts tonight. They've got opening remarks. This is Duryea Borough. Pastor Dwayne Boyer from the Independent Bible Church is there. Candlelight vigil and walk to Nativity of Our Lord Church. An ecumenical service tonight at Nativity of Our Lord Church. That's tonight. Duryea turning 125. And then Saturday, 3 o'clock is the parade. Main Street from Germania Hose Company. And over 50 organizations. It's going to be a great little parade. Community picnic after that, 4 to 8 o'clock. Good stuff. Duryea, how about that? 150 years. Isn't that cool? Thanks to my man Who for sending me that info. So, hey, we got to go to the blower real quick. Oh, Bulldog, we have something we need to do, but we won't do it right now, but we'll do it after we talk to Jim from Hazleton. How about that? By the way, a number of you had questions, including what did Robert Neary think about the Song Sung Blue movie? And I apologize. I'm focused on asking them the questions, and I don't get to your things during that time. So my bad. Let's go to Jim from Hazleton. Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good. How you doing today, Bob?
Doing great.
Good. Well, I got 3 quick comments. I'm glad you enjoyed the pictures. I thought you would definitely get a kick out of those
yes.
pictures I sent you. They're oldies but goodies.
Yeah, again, for the listeners, we're not talking about anything pornographic, just funny.
They're all old Biden Kamala pictures from back in the day. They were funny, especially the Joe Biden. If you voted for Joe Biden, follow me to the gas station so you can pay for my gas. I love that one. Yeah. But anyway, I talked to you the day after your birthday about the midterms. I was cautiously optimistic that we were going to win the midterms, and that was before the war, and now with everything going on, I'm more than cautiously optimistic. I think it's going to happen. Like I said to you about Trump, when he gets focused on something, just look at the way all the people he's endorsed that have won. I know it's Republican primaries, but still, he's going to get people out to vote, and that should help. And thirdly, the Joe Biden banner. If they don't take it down for stolen ballot, the least they could do is take it down for false advertisement. He wasn't president. Joe Biden was president or the auto pen.
Yeah, put a Jill Biden banner up, yeah.
Either Joe Biden or the auto pen. They should at least reflect the truth.
What a clown show. It's almost unbelievable. And I mean, and yet they're raising this ruckus. They know that the incumbent will take the blame for chaos, so they create chaos. They don't care about the truth. They don't care about facts, anything. Disgraceful, despicable group of people. Jim,
what I don't like, what they should do, they shouldn't be allowed to send out advertisements that are false, that make lies up, like the guy said.
I know.
That Paige Cogniti's sending out stuff that he voted against the thing. It's a flat-out lie.
Flat-out lies.
I get freedom of speech and all of that crap, but they should not be able to lie in a political ad. It should be... I don't know.
Well, they'd have look at Paige Cogniti.
You're lying.
She'd have no campaign if she didn't lie, like zero. She even lied about the reason and when she decided to run. It's insanity. It's that bad. So, by the way, so did her mentor, goofy Joe Biden. They lied about why they ran. Disgraceful. Thank you, Jim. Let's go to Bill from Pittston. Hey, Bill. Bill, are you with us, brother? I hear breathing. I know you're alive. All right. Well, we won't get Bill. One more shot, Bill. All right. We didn't. He we had him on hold for a while, and that's my fault as much as anything. In any event, I tell me about the Odyssey app if you had time to call in. I don't want to gyp the people on the Odyssey app. Okay, so you tell me if I gave you enough time with the 10th, plus we had a little lead in. Now, I look at my Cordaro Jewelers watch. It tells me it's 10:30 and change, or 11:30 and change, which means we've got to hear from our sponsors, happily. And then we'll come back with our final Veterans Tribute, the weather, and then you at 570-883-0098. Our Veterans Tribute this hour, as with every hour, this day as with every day, dutifully, proudly, patriotically, brought to you by our man John Basiliga. Now, what are we, Thursday? That means we got to start talking Basiliga hospitality because tonight's a good night out. The weekend, of course. Two of the best fine dining experiences you will ever have. A modern take in downtown Scranton called a Terra 519. And then there's the Stegmeyer Mansion, downtown Wilkes-Barre, an old world take with the same beautiful, lovely experience. 3-bar restaurants, the Old Brook Inn, 307 Springbrook Township, the Far Street Tavern on Far Street, in the Great Trips Park section of West Scranton, and then the Queen City Tavern. Downtown Oliphant, you will love it. Sergei's, the nightclub, they're open tonight, no cover. I was there last week for Picture Perfect, my man Gerard Mayer. It was fabulous. And it was good for the young people, too. And the Scranton Art House, your movie house. First-run movies and food and drink delivered to your seat. Lackawanna Avenue, Scranton. Edward Dalbo. He was just 74 when he passed May 14th. He was from Laughlin. His wife was by his side after his courageous battle with cancer ended. Born in Scranton, raised in music, and graduated from South Scranton Catholic High School. After graduation, Edward enlisted in the United States Army Reserve, serving with the storied 1st Battalion, 109th Field Artillery Regiment. He attained the rank of Specialist 4th Class before his honorable discharge. He completed coursework in computer and information sciences at the University of Scranton. He was employed with Spotless Cleaners, the great Spotless Cleaners in Dunmore, and he was in sales for them for 3 decades. Upon retirement, he served as a driver for Aviana Healthcare. Oh, he was a musician. He was a lead guitarist with a number of bands, including Passage, Mariah, and Eddie Whiplash. During his performances, he met Renee McPhail, whom he married in 1992. The couple resided in Plains before moving to Laughlin, where they raised their children. He coached his son's music Little League team, a member of St. Peter and Paul Church and the Polish American Veterans Club in Plains. Surviving are his wife, Renee, son Derek, daughter Olivia, nieces, nephews, and other family members. Edward Dalbo. Dr. Richard Alley. He was 91 when we lost him May 10th. He was from Bear Creek Township. Born in Berwick, graduate of Berwick High School, 1956 graduate of Dickinson College. Received his medical degree from Jefferson Medical College in 1960. He did his internship in Ohio and a residency in internal medicine at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. Completed a research fellowship at Pitt in endocrinology and metabolism. A proud veteran, having served all of us in the U.S. Navy as a lieutenant in the Medical Corps. He was a distinguished physician, known throughout this community for decades of compassionate care. Attending physician, Mercy Hospital, Wilkes-Barre. Consultant at Geisinger Medical Center, Nesbitt Memorial, Wilkes-Barre General, and Mercy Hospital, Nanticoke. A diplomat of the American Board of Internal Medicine. In addition to his medical profession, Dr. Alley gave generously of his time and talents in other areas. The Boy Scouts of America, Rotary Club, Salvation Army, St. Joseph Center, St. Vincent de Paul Soup Kitchen. These organizations reflected his values and his character. His heart for serving extended well beyond our borders. He led and participated in medical mission trips around the globe. Philippines, Uganda, Guyana, Nigeria, Mexico, Brazil, India, Mongolia, and Ethiopia. He established high school scholarships for citizens in the greater Wyoming Valley. Provided funds for the King's College Richard A. Alley Center for Health Sciences. That also houses his significant collection of international art and cultural artifacts. Dr. Alley's gift to Wilkes University led to the naming of the Richard Abbas Alley of School of Higher Education. Survived by brothers, their spouses, 13 nieces, nephews, and numerous grandnieces and grandnephews. The life of this extraordinary man was one of lifelong learning, love of family, love of country, and concern for his fellow man. His family says our world is so much better for his time with us. Dr. Richard Alley. Our great veterans this hour, brought to you by John Basiliga and his great Basiliga hospitality group. AccuWeather forecast brought to you by the gang up at Montage Mountain. Today, breezy, less humid, partial sunshine. Nice day for outdoor activities, high 72. It's 69 at Montage as I speak to you. Tonight, mainly clear down to 47. Tomorrow, sun followed by some clouds. It'll be pleasant, high 78, low 48. Saturday, windy and cooler with clouds giving way to some sun, high 67, low 43. Now, these cool nights are great, but Cutie and I leave the window open in the bedroom. Well, Chauncey sleeps with us, and he's got one hell of a bar. He's a vicious guard dog. He really is protective. And he wakes us up 3 or 4 times a night. They're just walking by, Chauncey. Take it easy. Anyway, Sunday. It gets a little better. Pleasant with intervals of clouds and sunshine. High is 75, low 50. Monday, mainly cloudy with a passing shower in the afternoon. High 71, low 46 as we pursue next week. And that's your weather from the great gang at Montage Mountain. Smash Mouth. Murph says this date, 1999, the number 2 hit with All Star. Bob Cordaro back with you on the program. Let's go to Bill from Pittston. Bill, we sort of had a mess up there, but we got you now, my man.
Yep, I don't know. I was talking to you, but nothing was coming across, but we're good. So I didn't hang up on you. I hope you know that. I would never hang up on you.
All right.
Yeah, anyway, changing the venue from something negative like Cognutti, I have a very heartwarming story. I went to Jimmy Stewart's hometown of Indiana, Pennsylvania, just to go to the small museum and just have a nice, slow weekend. And on May 15th, Friday night, they're handing out small American flags, and people are lining the main streets, and fire trucks are coming out. So I asked what was going on, and somebody handed me the paper, and it said that they were lining the streets with red, white, and blue decorations and a giant flag to stand together to remember service out of gratitude and remembrance of his honor. Private First Class John A. Walko was killed in action in Germany in 1943.
Wow.
Apparently, his remains got screwed up when they were sending him to the United States for almost about 80 years. It was lost. So they found his remains. They identified him perfectly, and they made the announcement. So they decided that they were going to honor him. And the streets, I stood there, flag in hand. It was one of the, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that in this country there's still patriotic celebrations.
And that's Jimmy Stewart's hometown. My daughter went to school there for a year, Indiana.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know it well. But the people are almost like Bedford Falls from It's a Wonderful Life. I couldn't believe how friendly they were. But the thing is that then they were going to have a funeral for him on the 20th. And that just stood out to me that they really recognized this guy, 18 years old. He was drafted. He was terrified he'd never come back. And he was hit by a mortar shell and gave his life for the country. But he was not forgotten. And to me, that really struck a chord.
Neat. Well, that's great stuff. I'm happy you relayed that to us, Bill. There is patriotism in America. It still exists. There are real people out there who get it. We get so suffused and dominated by the sickos and the left-wing disgusting people. We forget there's great America out there. We really do.
Yeah, it really caught me off guard. I'm getting to be so cynical, but it was a very sincere celebration, and people were really overjoyed to do that. And
nice.
Like you said, the way things are, it was just something I didn't expect, and it was something that I just like to bring to your attention.
And I think just more proof that there is great goodness in this country. There's great, obviously, patriotism in this country and great respect for our veterans in this country. And we just have to stop listening to the cacophony brought to us by the left. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. Before we go to break, David Harris, who I follow on Instagram, he's really got some good stuff. But he said, Elon Musk, I love him. He declares all-out war on George Soros. He vows to crush the globalist billionaire. He said, Elon says he spends half of his wealth influencing elections and paying professional protesters and rioters. It's about time someone showed him how powerless he can be. Don't forget about Singham. Don't forget about the Arabella group. But go get him, Elon. We love you. We're with you. We'll take a break. We'll be back. It's the Bob Cordaro Show. Bad Wolves, Murph tells us this date, 2018. They had the number 2 hit with Zombie. Bob Cordaro back with you on the program. We're going to finish with Jimmy Buffett because it was the number 1 adults charts hit this date, 1977, the great anthem, Margaritaville. But we've got something to do first. Biden banner disgrace. Stolen valor. Day 165. The Green Ridge Neighborhood Association wrongly placed a Hometown Heroes banner designed and intended for veterans in Joe Biden's name on North Washington Avenue in Scranton. They were told it was for veterans after they put it up. They voted 10-5 to keep it up, even though they knew they were wrong. 165 days later, they haven't bent. They haven't admitted they were wrong. These are dumb, dumb people, arrogant, dumb people on another level. Weapons grade stupid. Biden banner disgrace, stolen valor, day 165. Somebody texts in, Bob, you need to play that USAID funding Biden's campaign clip more often, at least once a week. Well, we just keep finding more. Just incredible. I mean, the disgrace of the Biden administration is so profound. The damage they did is so incredible. I mean, the 4 years of Joe Biden, Iran was allowed to build up. They were allowed to make billions of dollars that they couldn't make before Biden ended the embargo enforcement against Iranian oil. And then he handed them $16+ billion to attack our allies and destabilize the Middle East. That's what they use it for. We played the Marco Rubio from 2015 telling the Obama administration, of which Biden was the foreign policy guru, don't give them the money. They're going to use it for terrorism and weapons. That's not prescience. That's common sense, which is lacking in the leadership of today's Democrat Party, particularly in the Obama administration and the Biden administration. Disgraceful. My gosh. But this is what they do. Unreal. Well, guys, great to be with you today. As always, I've got to move and give way. The Sue is coming up next, Sue Henry. Rob O'Donnell show after that. God willing, I'll be with you tomorrow. We've got some fascinating clips, some of which I've already found that we're going to play. We got some guests. We're going to talk about this. We got to talk about the gas prices You know, what's the outlook? What's the prognosis? I say this again for the Trump administration, and it's an administration that I truly love and that is doing a great job. If you've got to put boots on the ground, whatever you have to do, get the straits open, period. Do what you have to do. Don't half-ass it. Get it done. We need our economy back. It's not just affecting the United States, it's affecting the world. Thanks to Roach Supply bringing the live stream. And concerned listener, concerned about my push-ups, but in any event, Roach Supply, premier bath and kitchen supplier in Northeast Pennsylvania, 75 years in business because they're great. That's why. ROCHE, roachsupply.com today. Tina Morocco, global sales advisor at Sotheby's in Naples. And you can reach her. She's your trusted guide for Florida real estate. TinaMorocco.com or through Sotheby's or any social media. MURACCO. She's the best. RW sent me some stuff on that idiot Bruce Springsteen. He now sits and reads from a teleprompter his political views. So his concerts are now his little sickening, dumb political rallies. Crazy stuff. But that's where we've been to. That's why you won't hear Springsteen on this show. You just won't. Hey, have a great afternoon. God willing, I'll be with you tomorrow at 9. But for now, we must gavel to a close this meeting of the Club for Common Sense. Adios.